Hey everybody, today's review is of Ubisoft Montreal's sequel, Assassin's Creed 2. I know it's a little late, but better late than never. Ubisoft did a great job in listening to the fans and critics of the first game, and really came up with a better product by doing so. Before I get to the rest of the review, I'd like to share a new feature I'll be including in my newer reviews. I'm going to tell you my star ratings and recommendations early in the review and discuss them in the video. I feel this new structure of reviewing games might be easier to make and better to watch for all you people who really don't want to sit through the whole thing and just want to know my opinion, or just have an opinion. So, let me get on to the details. I'll give a gameplay a 9.2, presentation a 9, design an 8, and replayability a 9.1. The presentation department in the game gets about a 9.5 out of 10. Sorry about that pause, I was just doing something. The stunning atmospheres, water effects, voice acting, and sharp presentation and attention to detail in Assassin's Creed 2 should be noted as some of the best of their category among other games. Stylized visuals during the ominous sessions are welcome like in the first game, and the 15th century Italian cities look fantastic. The only cons to be found are the close-up character models that contrast with the amazing presentation, and minor glitches within the environment, although these happen so rarely that they barely lessen the experience. The gameplay received a major improvement over the first game. Combat, for the most part, is smooth, but suffers from unresponsive controls from time to time. I mean, this could just be me and how long it takes for Ezio to reset, so once you've done something, you can do something else. But in the beginning of the game, I did kind of suffer from this, but once again, it could just be me, but who knows, I just thought I'd mention it in there. But once you master the combat system, the general enemies really pose no threat, even before you throw in the ability to hire different factions to aid you in battle. The free-running system is much faster than before, and contrary to similar games that require precise button presses, here you need to master accuracy to avoid falling to your doom, contrary to, say, Mirror's Edge, where, I'm not saying that specifically, but games where, it's different, let me put it that way. There's still improvements to be made here, such as lack of, accuracy when you're trying to do specific jumps, and precision in combat, and that's pretty much it for gameplay. It receives an 8, as stated before. The overall design and presentation aspect of the game is really magnificent. I've rarely seen a game that just looks this beautiful, with the exception of, as stated before, the character models, when you see them up close, aren't really that great. But compared to just everything else in this city and the way it looks like realistic architecture from this time, it really is magnificent. And the water effects, the buildings, the way, like I said, it resembles how these cities actually look and even looked back then. It's really magnificent, and it's very colorful. It's very bright. It's there's some sort of night and day system, although I'm not sure if it's time or if it's just when your missions happen. But even the lighting effects, it's just a very stunning atmosphere, and I think it's worth playing just to kind of be absorbed into these cities and how they look, and it's really a great aspect of this game. Some of the few problems that really lie in this game could be categorized in the other areas I mentioned, but I kind of deal with them in the replay value section because it directly affects enjoyment of the game. You're not really able, you're not able at all to replay missions that you have, beaten. So people who have missed out on the achievement or trophy where you, say, kick someone off a rooftop in Da Vinci's Flying Machine, you're not going to be able to do that again unless you get the expansion or unless you replay the whole game up until that point. Although there are problems such as this, this is definitely a game that I would not mind replaying. I kind of really rushed through it, not just because I wanted to do a review since it came out really late. I really rushed through it because I really enjoyed playing this game, and I really want people to know that I had a great time. It was a blast. The story is great. The only reason I really haven't replayed through it is because I don't actually own the game, and because when you really rush through a game to beat it, you kind of feel such a relief of beating it that, you don't go back immediately. but it's definitely something I'll play again, and I'm definitely going to get the expansion. So this is definitely a game worth your time. I really don't think any game is worth $60. I'm not really even that cheap of a person, but it's definitely worth a rent, possibly worth a buy if you got the extra cash. So definitely check this game out. I'll see you guys with my next review.